Alright, so this is my take on a recipe. What I mean by my take is I'm basically combining the things I like from two different recipes. One is German pancakes, and the other one, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'll put it up on the screen right here. So instead of doing them in individual single sizes, I do it in a casserole dish. You're going to start out with, on one side, we need 1 cup of milk, but I use powdered milk. So whatever the equivalent you use, you want 1 cup. You're going to need a cup of flour. I'm just using all-purpose flour. You are going to need about a teaspoon of salt. You're going to need about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. You're going to need 6 eggs. Let me get the eggs cleaned up. By the way, don't tell the FDA. These are homegrown eggs hatched on my homestead in a store-bought egg container. Oh my gosh. So now I have my eggs in here. You want to take and whisk this up until mixed. And I can't remember if I said it or not. You also want to preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And you want to start with a casserole dish with about 5 tablespoons of butter in it. Once we have this mixed up, just set it aside for now. Once we get the base done, you want to start with another bowl. We want 8 ounces of cream cheese that is softened, so it's been out on the counter for a little bit. You're going to add this to a bowl. You want to add some sugar. You can use powdered sugar if you want. I'm just using granulated sugar. How much sugar? Probably about 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to eyeball measure it because that's usually what I do. Probably about 3 tablespoons. You're also going to add a little bit of milk, 1 or 2 tablespoons of milk. Since I use powdered milk, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of powdered milk and about 2 tablespoons of water. If you notice, I'm just eyeballing these measurements. That's the way I cook 99.9% of the time, unless I'm making a YouTube video. And I just don't feel like going through the actual measuring it out steps today. This is the water for my powdered milk. There's 1 tablespoon. There's 2. I'm going to add a little bit more since I spilled some. 3. The next thing you're going to do is add a can of fruit to this bowl. I'll be right back. I'm going to open up this can to save you from watching me do it. You can use whatever fruit your heart desires. I'm using peaches. In the past, I've used mandarin oranges. I've used all kinds of stuff. Basically, you mix this up. If I could wait about a week or 2 on this recipe, I could have used pawpaws because they'll be ready in about 2 weeks. But the only thing I have fresh right now ready is I got a little bit of blackberry and elderberry. Blackberries will be another couple weeks away. Elderberries right now, I need to get that done, but I just haven't had time yet. Alright, so once we got this done, technically this is enough for 2 of these. You could use a larger casserole dish and make a double batch of the base and then use this. What I do, I just go with it. So you're going to pour half of the egg mixture into your casserole dish. Sorry, I don't have a good way to do this with the camera. So I'm just going to estimate about half. Something like that. You're going to take and smooth that out. Make sure that it's kind of everywhere. The butter sticking up like that isn't going to matter. Next, you're going to scoop your topping in. You kind of want most of the topping in the center. You want to leave some space around the edges, which is really hard to do with this much. That tastes so good. Maybe I just skip it and just eat it right out of the bowl. Then you want to pour the rest of your egg over top of this. Should cover it. Next step, you're going to put your casserole dish in the oven at 425 degrees for about 22 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. Let me get that done. I got to move the camera, so I'm not going to have you watch me put it in the oven, but trust me, it goes in the oven. Then I'll set the timer for about 22 minutes and check it. And this is what we look like. Let me take this camera off his stand and show you a little closer. This is so good. Now you can top this with powdered sugar, maple syrup, honey, garnish it with any kind of fresh fruit that you have. This is really good. And I'm so glad that oftentimes when I make recipes and I like it, and then I make another recipe that's a variation, and I'm like, you know, this will probably work if I combine the 2 things I like from each recipe into one. This always turns out awesome. Give it a try. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Share this video if you want. And God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your homesteads. Outtake number 1. I really wish you all could taste this. I generally let it cool down, but I'm kind of tired of waiting. By the way, this will also be really good with a huge scoop of like butter pecan ice cream or vanilla ice cream or something like that. But I literally just can't wait any longer to have this. So what do? Go ahead and cut it and make it happen. Normally I do this in like squares of 6. You can do it however you want to do. I have a feeling without letting this cool down that the cream cheese is just going to run literally everywhere. But I'm hangry. So let's see, a spatula. I'm hangry now. This really is good, y'all. I don't know, it might come out there pretty easy. I need something smaller than a spatula though. Oh, I don't know. I think it's gonna fall apart. I did mention I'm hungry, right? Ain't got time to wait on this. I definitely think I'm gonna lose most of the cream cheese, but it's still gonna be good. We'll scoop out what we lost and add it to the side. Something like this. Nom nom nom. Let me just tell y'all, one piece ain't gonna fix it. I gotta have two. Shoot, I don't know. Maybe I gotta have 3 or 4. Whew, man, it is so good. You have no idea. Oh. Guess I didn't cut that too good. That's my own fault. If I had some fresh peaches from the peach trees, I'd probably garnish it with fresh peach. Maybe I should have saved some of the peaches from the can, but it was really like a peach pie fillings that already had like sugar and cinnamon and all kinds of stuff added to it. Store-bought. The can was probably about 2 years old. I had to get it used up, and I was like, I have an idea for that. So here we are, second piece down. It's still steaming hot too. So good, so good. You got to try it.